This is Jimi Hendrick, and this is Empowering Your Pattern. This podcast is for those who want to learn more and to be more. It is also there to help people overcome the vicissitudes of life. Okay, I'm going to do, as promised, I have agreed to do the podcast titled Leaders Delegate. I think we're in episode 4 now. I haven't really checked it lately. But I wanted to do a little housekeeping first. Those of you who are listening to me, I want you to check out Proceed with Compassion. A good friend of mine hosts it, and she does an amazing job with it. And so, one of the episodes I'm being interviewed, and so anyway, how it is. We're going to get down to business now. I wanted to let you know first that this video is brought to you by some good friends of mine at Little Big Ranch, thanking God for the good of the land. All right, now on to delegation. Now, I've been doing a lot of research, and a lot of people have the wrong idea on what delegation is. You know, they get some wrong misconceptions. They'll say, well, delegation doesn't mean dumping the assignments on people. No, it's not dumping. I'm going to give you my definition of delegation. Delegation is the passing on the responsibility to a team or a person, giving them autonomy on completing the assignment, but with deadline and boundaries. Okay, I want to start out with something that I didn't do very well in delegation. In the fall of 1993 to early spring of 1994, I was president of a disability group at Odessa College in Odessa, Texas. And I had this friend named Brad. And Brad was not pleased that I was elected president. He thought that I was not ready. Maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong, but that's immaterial. It's none of my concern. Anyway, what happened was I felt that the group was going a different direction than I wanted it, that I and some of the people that were before me wanted to go. And it was causing a lot of tension between me and Brad. We would try to work it out. Well, one day I got sick. You know, I had a lot of stress going on, and, you know, Brad was just applying the pressure, so I resigned from the group. And I realized it was my fault. I should have delegated the responsibility a lot better. And really, what I would like to say to people who are in college organizations and they are elected president, seek out wise counsel to teach you how to delegate responsibilities, and to have that vision up there for the organization. Anyway, I went to a couple of their meetings after I resigned. It didn't feel the same. But then one day, Brad was picking me up from work, and we had a rather severe fight. And so me and my late buddy Keith decided that we were going to stay away from the meetings. We were going to have lunch with a local Baptist ministry right across the street from the college. And so the friendship with Brad was pretty much on thin ice. I'd see him every once in a while at the Bible study or something, and it was when I went away to college. You know, it was often. Finally, in 2010, me and Brad just parted ways. We just couldn't make it work out. Now, please note that Brad, like Trevor, is a pseudonym. I'm not revealing certain friends' names, you know, to avoid a problem or conflict of interest. Anyway, I could give you a good example of people who delegate. I think about my friend Chris. He is in the presidency of this area in the church, and He is a master at delegating responsibility at home and at church. I've seen him, a very wise man. We're like a year apart. He baptized me into the church, and 3 months later, he was named a bishop. So I saw him at work delegating responsibility there. Good man. Now I'm going to use two episodes in the Bible. One's in the Old Testament. Moses was going to the Mennonites, and people were getting complaints, and Moses had to judge all of them. Well, Moses' father-in-law, Jethro, was like, "Why are you doing this all when you can delegate this out to other judges?" And so Moses prayed about it and received counsel from the Lord, and he had judges ordained to judge matters of decisions among the people. Now, I fast forward to the New Testament in the book of Acts, chapter 6. There was a contention among the Greek-speaking Jews because they felt like their widows had been, abandoned. And so some of the people went up to Peter, James, and John in the early quorum of the 12 apostles and said, this is our problem. And they said, look, this is not our responsibility to do our ministering for the welfare. So let's go ahead and look out for 7 brethren, and it gives the qualifications as such. I'm not going to go through that. If you want to, you can just read your Bible, and it'll show you what the qualifications were. And this is not church doctrine. This is the gospel according to Jimmy. I believe that 2 presiding bishoprics was named, and I also believe that maybe 1 of the 70 was named. So there we go. Delegation is key, very key, and I think one thing I would have said to my younger self is, okay, you've been elected to the presidency. Let's find you a mentor to teach you how to properly delegate. I wouldn't have done like Brad did. Anyway, this is Jimi Hendrix signing off from Empower Your Pattern. Until the next time, choose, act, and pursue happiness.